What up, though? This your boy Cousin P, and you're tuned in to the
Spot.
The spot.
Spot where the ears meet the street.
Here with the players, the best. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you. Damn, I don't even know. I gotta hit the shit where your ear eat. What is it? Where your ears meet the street. Where your ear meet the street. The spot where your ear meet the streets, man.
I am Vicky, and you are tuned into the spot where the ears meet the streets. Today we have on our show
Kaylin Maurice, Sacramento, California.
Red like you want flat. Recognize where you at before you get jacked. Recognize we don't play if you don't pay. Nigga, I'm allergic to your broke ways. The hood's a mousetrap trying to get the cheddar. And I'm just trying to keep it like the 7-letter. And these niggas got vendettas. Cause I'm getting this money and they getting jealous. If you ain't living how we living, nothing you can tell us. We keep me high like propellers. Nigga, my best friend be my bank teller. Best man probably be my dope dealer. Especially if he jigging for the low, nigga. High power lights, watch the plants grow bigger. Dash master backwoods, yeah, smoke swishers. Got joints, got cones.
I was gonna ask her you're from. You're right too.
Sacramento.
Alright, what part of Sac you from?
South Sacramento,
Okay.
Valley High.
Okay. Are you working on any new projects? Have you dropped any projects?
Yeah, so as far as like projects I'm working on, I have an album that I'm impromptu working on, just depending on if I still want to keep it as an album or keep it as release it as singles, but that's called Misguided. That's going to be more so in the first quarter of 2020. Currently, what I'm working on, I have a song that's going to be dropping December 6th with my one of my friends, Queasy. That's going to be called Bad Company. That's the one, Bad Company. But
What's Bad Company about?
Bad Company is more so about it's a song that's going to, in a sense, bring you into the it's a scenario. So it's a scenario about a guy getting involved into like the wrong crowd. And so once you get into the wrong crowd, negative things start to happen. So it kind of just follows that type of framework and goes down that line. So I go ahead and speak about my portion of it. Then my feature comes in. He goes and speaks about his portion of it. Creates the song.
And you say you dropping it when?
December 6th.
December 6th is coming soon.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Excited?
Hell yeah.
So how would you describe your sound?
My sound. So I would say it's more like introspective. So it's basically more so of just really just harnessing for myself and really just trying to go from there, like a conscious type of hip hop, but still staying with my Cali roots as far as like the tempo and the vibe. But it's really just more introspective and just really getting like a real good feel of who I am.
Okay. And you say you're Cali roots.
Yeah.
Elaborate more into that.
Who I listen to?
Yeah, like who?
It's not even about listening to anybody, but of course, you know, when we all grow up, your mom and them, everybody's playing E40, everybody from Sickwood and things like that. And so it's like a lot of like Bay Area influences, and also a lot of like, you know, LA influences. Not so much of actually like just homegrown in Sac, because there was never like a real big stronghold in Sac other than like what they was doing, you know, back in the day. But it's just more so about like the Bay Area and then transitioning from that, learning everything when it comes to the conscious side of hip hop that kind of originated from the East Coast, and just really listening to that and just finding your own sound and carving out your middle lane.
The generations is different. You said your parents grew up listening to E40, and I'm thinking that's
Yeah.
not what my mom and them grew up listening to.
It's a well, there was
Like,
it's like
at all. Like,
it's different. So it's like
yeah, it's a younger generation, clearly.
not even that. So for example, I can say yes, my parents still know Frankly Beverly and Maze and everything like that. But at the same time, when E40 was at its prime and he was doing his main thing, and we listened to Sprinkle Me, that was the same age as E40. So E40 might be pushing, I think, 50s now. So they're in the same range. So he's still making music. Too Short still making music. So when there was that age, they still slapping the same shit.
I get it.
I wish I had fans, but I'm 50 shit. You know?
I get it.
Hell yeah.
So, speaking of fans,
Yeah.
your music, what are you hoping that your fans get from your music?
Just an ideal of self. So like it's just more so about like not just knowing who I am, but figuring out who you are as well by listening to the type of words I can give you. my main thing about like the type of like lane I'm trying to really create is more so about there's always been like two sides of the fences when you describe like a rap artist. Either they're like super happy-go-lucky and pop, and has nothing to do with any type of like real issues, or they're like super stringent on the real issues, gangland stuff and things like that, and it's like real hard for you to make that middle ground and say like, hey, I don't really fuck with that, but I was still affected by all that as well. So my lane, what I want my fans to get is that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to trek that middle ground, because you don't have to sound like the hardest nigga out here, but at the same time, you ain't no lame to the point that you can take like a fool. So it's trying to just really just find your middle ground and stay true to that.
Okay, so you're not what so you're not into like the gangland. What area do you more rap about? Like since you said you're not doing gangland, so you're not putting
Nah. So it's like it's more so about staying positive.
You doing positive rap?
Staying positive within your negative environment, so you can speak about the negative things. It's like, say for example, if I'm rapping about a nigga getting shot or somebody getting shot, I'm not saying, yeah, I put out the AK, bust a nigga away. I'm saying, damn, nigga got shot today, let's pray. So like, you know that somebody died, but at the same time look at it in a different way. So you're like, oh shit, that's a real event. It's just not like we just happy-go-lucky in the song, nigga got killed. It's like, yo, nigga really died, passed away. People gotta pray about it and then move on to the next day, because it's really like events are, put like this, rap dumbs down real life events and tragedies. And so I'm putting that back into the forefront to show like, hey, even though we're rapping about it, it's not just about just throwing out there because it sounds like it's a rap. It's a good rhyme. Nah, man, let's actually talk about something and just move the needle a little forward and progress our mindset. So that's where I'm at more so, getting another conversation started.
Right. So that sets you apart. That's one thing that sets you apart from other rappers. What else would set you apart from them? What else makes you stand out differently?
I think so. I was talking to a few people too. Like the way I deliver it, the way I actually sound when I'm doing it. A lot of people, I would say, just keeping it sack of bass. A lot of people kind of sound like they go to the same studio, or they go to the same producer, or they go to the same rapper, and they just buy people's raps or styles, and it sounds like they're all doing the same type of like copy paste format when it comes to themselves when they hit that studio. So I do everything in house myself, and so it's like I barely listen to people at all. So some songs,
you don't listen to other rappers?
I barely know anybody. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's like it's not by design either. It's just that my life doesn't really have the space to incorporate more than what's already into my own little bubble, family, work, music, and things like that. So it's like taking my time out and listening to somebody else, other than just like you drop it, I'm gonna take a quick listen. But actually sitting there and sitting with somebody's album, I don't have that time to do anymore, because there's so much stuff in my life I'm focused on. And so when I'm thinking about that, a lot of stuff that I'm rapping about, I'm realizing that it's not anybody else's idea about what I should be. It's about, this is who I am, because I'm not taking it from nobody else's ideas or someone else's raps. It's like I'm listening to myself, I'm looking at my life, and I'm just incorporating that to my music. That's pretty much it is.
Sounds good. So you how long have you been rapping? And you write your own music?
Yeah.
How long you been rapping and writing your own stuff?
So since I was like 12, I'm 27 now. So like when I was 12, it's kind of like I got like a first introduction into it on like I wouldn't say professional level, but like on a level where it's like, this is actually like a really good hobby, you know what I mean? Nice hobby. And so once we started doing that, when I was like just a youngin' and like, made up a little group and stuff like that, it was just all fun, you know what I mean? Just fun and games. I didn't really start ramping it up until my father came out here, and he came from Atlanta. And so like he knew a lot more to the to progressing in the music career, as far as like just getting things registered and like moving that needle more than just recording and putting a song out. So that's when I was like 19. So from then, that's when I say my real rap career actually started, because I started getting that business aspect of it, and not just like we having fun in the studio, make a song and put it out, who likes it. It became a business when he came out and showed me things. So officially when I was 19, just started like actually getting my.
So 19 was when you decided it's no longer my hobby, but I'm gonna make it my career moving forward?
It was not even that. Like, you always think it's your career, but you just don't have enough information to know where to maneuver. Like right now, I can say, for example, that this is not a hobby right now, because I'm taking it as seriously as I possibly can. But at the same time, there's always room for growth. And so even when I was the 12-year-old kid back in my mom's house, on the family computer working on beats and stuff, I thought that was the next big thing, like, oh, I'm doing this shit for real right here. But I didn't know how far it can actually go. So now that I'm 27, I can see how far it actually goes. Even when I was 19, see how far it actually goes. It's not even saying that it wasn't a career then. It's just that I didn't have the knowledge to know where it would actually end up at. Now that he put those different tools in my hand, it's like, damn, this really could be a business. And it's not just about making a good song and somebody just pulling you up. You can do it shit yourself independently. And it became just more like fascinating to me, to the point that it's just like, oh yeah, I really do want to do this shit. And it's not just like I'm clicking buttons on my computer type shit when I was 12. Now it's like a real deal and trying to get some real shit going.
Are you building a brand? Or do you have a brand?
Nah, so the brand, every rapper brand is himself initially, unless you're gonna make a clothing line that's gonna be an off brand of yourself. So if you want to say I'm building a brand, yes, around myself, Kaylin Maurice. Other than that, I do have affiliates, more so my family restaurant, Louisiana Heaven. Like, they've been doing a lot of stuff too. A lot of people have been, a lot of local support, and has really been pouring into the restaurant, and that's also been like a real driving force around me too. Everything that you can kind of say affiliated with and network with, it's going to fuse your brand no matter what. So my brand is really just myself, Kaylin Maurice.
Okay, and you said your family has a local restaurant?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Louisiana Heaven.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man, on Valley High in Bradford. Smooth, man. You gotta check it out.
Southern food?
Southern food, yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's real good.
It's real good.
It's real good, yeah.
It's real good.
Hey, I fuck with it. Like, when you work at a restaurant or you help somebody out, and it's like, you're not just supporting because it's like, oh, it's my cousin or it's my family. It's like, when you wake up and be like, damn, bro, like, I want some ribs from this spot.
And you know where you can go.
And it's yours, like, in a sense. So you be like, damn, I didn't know that. You don't think that your shit is that good until, like, you actually, like, take a step back as a customer. You know what I mean? Like, even when it comes to music, or even like your podcast, or like interviews, you don't know it's really that good until you take a step back and you look at it. Because in the moment, you're just like, I'm just doing it because it's what I feel like it's nice, it's right, I think it's gonna be cool. But when people start giving you feedback, you start getting more people to come in and join you. Like, I'm really doing something. We can really make this a little bit better. So that's kind of how it is, kind of with everything in life, though. But definitely.
Sounds good. So where do you see yourself in 5 years, music-wise, business-wise,
That's
family,
like
regular life-wise?
Right. That's the hardest question that I was looking at when I come to where I see myself in 5 years. Because as people in general, I don't think we really plan for the long term. We really plan for like the now, kind of like the next few months. But the next 5 years, as far as musically, I still plan to be doing music, of course, on a way more bigger scale. And of course, my main thing is that hopefully in 5 years, I will be back here telling you guys my accomplishments and saying, hey, you guys helped me out as far as the first start. So that's one of my things as far as musically in 5 years. Hopefully I got a lot of accolades, a lot of accomplishments that can come back to all the different platforms that additionally helped me out with, especially like, when things started getting started up, and just kind of pay homage, you know what I mean? We don't pay homage to people that helped us start. Once we get our shine, we like, oh, I'm gonna go to Fader or something and do another interview there. So it's like, I would definitely come back and just recirculate on all my stomping grounds. Business-wise, business kind of ties into the music. Hopefully, of course, if the music's booming and the business is booming, I produce as well, I engineer as well. So everything, like I said, is in-house. So it's like, hopefully I have my own studio by then, you know what I mean? So that I can start not only focusing on my own projects, but possibly start working on a little conglomerate around Sacramento and other cities and the surrounding area, and really start getting the shit going, to have a real team, really going. That would probably be music and business when it comes to that.
Okay, sounds good. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today.
That's cool. No problem. Thank you. Thank you.